But he was smoking when he went in there, and he threw the goddamn cigarette down there.
Were you in the house though?
Oh, I was in a tent for Christ's sake, but the whole goddamn shitload, everything went up, come out of the hole, holy Christ, he was covered with shit. Christ almighty, that was something there. Oh Christ sake. You weren't supposed to, you couldn't smoke in those bastards, that was, and we had a trench like this wide long, you had to piss in, that was all, they dug a trench, and they would put a lime in it or something, and you had to piss in that, and you'd go take a shit. They had a box, you sit on your ass and sit on, but you weren't supposed to smoke it. That son of a bitch put the cigarette and goddamn. Holy Christ. That was something else. Jeez, we had sometimes.
The stories, they're just,
Jeez.
even when he came back, it's like he had horses, and he got involved with Harry the Hat, Chicago.
How are you still alive?
People
Jesus Christ.
sleeping with guns under his pillows. The guy next to him's got a gun under his pillow.
He wanted a 5 bullet holes in that guy. That
You got
unlucky. They finished him off. I'll tell you.
Where were you there?
Where'd you go out there for?
Chicago. I wanted to get the money. Remember, we went to Kentucky. I took you down. You went Dawn and the dog to Kentucky, to Keeneland Farms. We were with the racetrack.
What were you doing?
The
Fucking
guy owed you money for a horse or something.
What was your money? Al Capone? Who the fuck is you fucking with out there?
No,
Harry the Hat
this
was-
guy was gonna. This Anthony Ambrose was supposed to be. I took Willie was like 6 or 7 years old. I don't know how old he was. But this guy, I had horses at the track, right, at Canandaigua. And this guy knew that I used to go to Caruso. So one night he came to Caruso and he says, listen, he said, can I do business with you, Frank? I said, well, what kind of business you want to do? He said, will you make a wager for me at the track? I said, well, it depends upon what kind of money you got. He said, if I come with $20,000, would you bet for me? I said, well, I'll try to bet it for you. But I said, I'm going to take my money off the top right away, quick, before I give you the money back, all right? I was taking 10% of it out right away, quick, all right? So, geez, my Jim Rowley, who ran one of my plants, and I ran the other plant. Willie was one of those days. But when I had this guy, Willie, he was young then, when I met this guy. But anyhow, this Anthony Ambrose, he used to sell Cadillac cars in California. And he said he had a son who was a basketball player at high school or something anyhow. And, but he was a stoolie for the FBI and for the Mafia in Rochester. He was playing the game 2 ways, all right? He was a mouthpiece for the FBI and for the goddamn gangsters, all right?
FBI informant.
So he
And the
brought the
Mafia.
goddamn 20 grand, and I said to Jim, you take 10 and I'll take 10, and we put the goddamn through, we take our money off the top. Well, we did, and the goddamn horse won. I give him his money. Jesus Christ, he came back to Caruso's again, and he said, I want to have you make a measure, another bet for me later on. I said, well, we'll just take it cool, and I said, we'll see what happens. They were doing this in Canandaigua in the beginning. Holy Christ, that was something else. Anyhow.
You trying to say we're fixing races?
Yeah. Figure Lakes race. They're raining now, but they're all fucked up now, the way they were running the goddamn track again. Anyhow, so he, after this guy was telling me he's going to bring some money, he says, I got to take a trip. And he says, take me to the airport. My son has injured himself in a basketball game in California, and I have to go out to kill him. You take me to the airport and get a ticket for me. So, geez, I had my pickup truck, and I had the goddamn credit cards in my checkbook on the cowling of the truck. And Christ, I went and I took a credit card out, and I go in and I get him a ticket for California. I leave him in the truck. So I come back out to the truck and I give him the ticket, and he says, I'll talk to you later. And he says, I gotta watch out for the federal cops and everything, so I'll get on a plane right away and I'll get the hell out of here. And I said, okay. In those days there wasn't communication like there is today anyhow. So anyhow, the guy gets out of the truck and I said, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm 15 minutes out of the goddamn airport, and I think, holy shit. I look at my goddamn credit cards up here, and the son of a bitch took all my credit cards. Took all my credit cards. So I called all the credit cards up right away, and I reported I only was liable for $50 on each credit card. They said, I said, I went and bought a ticket for a guy, and I said, I left him in my truck, and I said, all my credit cards are gone. And they said, we'll chase him down. Don't worry, Mr. Frank, you only have to be liable for this. So Jesus Christ. He goes to California, he gets a car, and he goes over to Las Vegas. And he's tipping broads $200. He ran $85,000 up on my goddamn credit cards. Wow. While he's there. And Jesus Christ, when I got word of this, that it was happening, and he called me up, he says, I've got a horse for $7,000, and I want you to send a check to, where do we go to, we went to,
We're gonna move into the.
we're gonna buy the horse. The horse is gonna be, we're gonna fly the horse to, what do we, Keelan Farm, or, where, at, Kentucky. Where the?
Churchill Downs.
Churchill Downs, all right. They're gonna ship the horse there to Churchill Downs, right? So I take
This is Anthony Ambrose?
Dawn and Willie and the dog, we all drive down to Churchill Downs, and I'm going to go with this guy, meet him at the telegraph for where I'm supposed to pay him the money, all right? So I get to the telegraph office, and the son of a bitch, he never was there. He went there, but he took off and he goes to Detroit. Right? So we stay overnight at the racetrack, and then we turn back, we come back to Canandaigua. The next day I get a ticket to go to Chicago, or when I went to Detroit. And this is the Mayflower Hotel in Detroit, Ronnie. They had plush rug like this, topless bras running around in there, 40 phone booths here, and holy Christ, it was a bookie club. This Harry the Hat was the guy that picked me up at the airport when I arrived.
How'd you hook up with him?
Huh?
How'd you hook up with him?
I didn't know. I'm flying out to see Anthony Ambrose. He's there. I'm going to meet him, but I don't know.
That's the guy who took your credit cards.
He took it. He took off, but he don't know that I know this yet. All right.
Okay.
Can we move into the,
Well, let me just finish it.
Fire
finish the story.
After this, we will. Yes.
okay, ready to
All right.
serve dessert,
Good.
Let me finish this.
So
a copy.
No, this is comments.
No, we're good.
We don't have a rush. We don't know where to go.
after I take Willie and Dawn back to his mother and back, and I get to on the plane. I take a pistol with me, and I go. And these guys, 2 limousines pick me up. 6 guys, 1 big limousine, and this guy is in with this Harry the Hat, a big fat bastard. Holy Christ! He says. He gets me and he says, Willie, he says, you're too nice a guy to get involved with people like us. He says, I'm putting you on a plane tomorrow and shipping you right back where you came from. And I'll get you every fucking penny you got invested in this bitch from this guy, and I'll put it in the mail to you right away. So Jesus Christ, I had to sleep in the same room with this guy. And I thought, ooh, shit. if
Who,
he-
Harry the Hat or?
No,
Anthony
this
Ambrose.
Anthony Ambrose. And Jesus, he's in a bed and I got the pillow, my pistol under the pillow. I put my head in the, I went to sleep. I didn't know what the hell happened. He went to sleep. And the next morning, I got up and they had all these boxes of sandwiches and everything. They brought in and coffee, and they take me to the airport. And they put me on a plane and sent me back to Rochester. So the FBI is in Rochester with a friend of Jim Rowley's, and I met him before. He was from Geneva, and I said to him, I knew this bastard was working with the FBI and with the Mafia in Rochester besides. I said, I'm going to know what happens to this son of a bitch before you know what happens to him. He says, if you do, he says, I'll take you out to dinner with your wife to Bellhurst, or you take me out to Bellhurst. I said, that's fair with me. And Jesus Christ, was it 2 days later, I got a phone call, and Harry the Hat says, Willie, he says, your check's in the mail, and you found your friend dead with 5 bullet holes in his head. Holy shit. I said, well, I got the goddamn check for $6,600. I said, holy shit. I'll get out of that fucking thing, boy, right away quick. Boy, they finished that son of a bitch off.
Sure, does it?
Holy crap.
Oh, goodness.
That's funny, man.
They are so